love that. That was awesome.
We need one of those.
Oh yeah.
I have one somewhere. Yeah, I have one somewhere. I don't know where I put it, but I said that on air, and someone mailed me one once.
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, for the Jewelry Underground. It showed up like 2 days later. I said on air, I need one of those clever things, and then like 2 days later, it showed up.
Oh my God!
I'm sharing this to Kate the Concierge Facebook too, while we're waiting for everybody to. I know it takes a few minutes to catch up sometimes.
It does.
Oh yeah.
They're
wait, look, we got some lovely ladies. And Natalie hopping on.
Hey, Natalie. All right, let's see.
so good.
So good.
We have 5 people on, so we're here. Jen and I. Well, you know how much we love Kate.
We love Kate.
Yeah,
and I love you guys too. I have so much fun with you guys.
Exactly.
Alicia and I, never get to be
physically
together.
I know. I'm like leaning on top of her.
And I'm generally on a Wednesday morning on Coffee Confessions. I generally have just rolled out of bed. Alicia always looks bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Wow. She has to go to work on that day. And I don't. So I work from home on a Wednesday. So and we both feel like fresh as a daisy this morning.
We do. Everything's really.
We up-leveled. We upcycled our look.
We did.
Today. That was our metaphor. We did. So we are joined by Kate, one of our she is our very favorite Coffee Confessions guest. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, thank you.
I love you too. And we are here today because you guys have been so excited about the upcycles. And I know it's so hard to show our rings on camera.
It is.
Because it's so hard. But
you got it.
There you go. You can see it. I can't show before, obviously. Alicia just washed hers.
So this is, you're gonna probably yell at me, but I threw Dawn on top, put hot water, running hot water. There you go, clean ring. Don't tell me.
No, not clean ring, soap scum ring. They got soap on your diamond.
So what do you suggest, Kate? Because what do you do?
Okay, so I suggest jewelry cleaner. Any kind of jar jewelry cleaner, and then there's also we can post Amazon links actually. There's a couple different things on Amazon. You guys, I know you're trying a new space today, and your service is a little wonky in there because you're a little pixelated. And there's a delay on your talking. I don't know if it's pixelated. I don't know if it's pixelated on Facebook, but on my screen, it's having a heart attack over here. Don't mind us, ladies, while we all figure out what we're doing.
We're a little jerky. I could see
it. This happens when we go together.
It's like Facebook knows that we're together
and
they're punishing us or something.
Is it still wonky?
Yeah.
Hold on one
sec. Is your Wi-Fi
That's
better,
what I'm looking. But I feel like my kids are.
Well, they're always right.
Everybody.
Unless I pause them. I don't know what they'll do with their lives though. Like I use that for them to be quiet. Is it any better, Kate?
It's a little bit better. We'll see as we start talking and moving if you guys start doing the robot.
Yeah. We can go up pixelated on female power for one room. Much female power for one. Yeah. So we could go upstairs. To my bedroom, which would be really intimate.
It would be.
Now you're fine.
I mean, let's do that.
Let's do that. We'll all travel. And so we're
going on an adventure.
Yeah. Take your coffee.
Okay, while they're traveling, if anybody who's watching wants to start typing in any questions that they have,
because you don't need
this way.
I'm so glad I made my bed, Jen.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Alicia, I love that your house is picked up enough that you can walk us through your whole house right now. Because if we did this in my house, it would not look like that.
Well, I'd have to mute the camera.
I'm kind of like...
Yes, I would have to mute the camera. There's no question.
Jen, do you want to sit on my lovely, disgusting bed?
Oh my God. That looks amazing.
Oh, God. I'm going to open a window. I'm sweating.
There you go. Is this very high? I need a step stool.
Because this is the router. It's right here.
Perfect. Oh, her router.
Now you're great.
It's better. We're talking good. Well,
yeah, you're doing great. Now you're all in focus and everything. It's like I can see you.
See, Wi-Fi, we're all set. Okay, thank you everyone for being so patient.
Kate, I'm really sorry.
As usual. As usual.
I mean, the only way you're going to find out is if you try it, right? So, and you had such a lovely view and you were all set up in that room. It looked so good.
The bar cart.
But I think that room is not, we tried that once before.
We have.
I got it.
Yeah.
I wish I had a better memory. Nope.
I was trying to go this way. All right, there we go. So thank you everyone for, see, we already have some comments coming in.
Can you, okay.
So let's just give a quick intro and then we could jump right into our first question.
Okay.
We are here with Kate the concierge, as she is so lovingly known. She's been on with us many different times for different jewelry events she's had and different products and amazing things she's offered. But for the most exciting thing that we've been able to pump up with her is her upcycle. So a couple months ago, I wanted my ring changed, fixed. It was broken. It was flat. And I handed it over to Kate and she redesigned it, gave it new life. She gave it CPR and she put new life into it. She did. She put life into it. And it is now a dream ring. I stare at my hand and smile all day long. Yesterday, I forgot to wear it because I've been good about taking it off. And I went to my daughter's cheer competition. I'm telling you this. And I was talking to a mom I didn't know. And I was holding a pom-pom. And I was trying to hold the pom-pom over my hand because I didn't want her to think I was my marriage was in trouble. And I was so embarrassed I didn't have my beautiful rings on.
Love her.
I'm self-conscious if I can't have my ring. It's like a security blanket now.
It is, isn't it? So for me, I wear, because I take my rings off most of the time, but I wear just this all the time, my thin gold band. So I just never take that off. And this way, no matter what I'm doing, I always have something on because otherwise I'm like, oh my gosh, what are people going to say?
That's
what are they going to think? It's super stressful. I don't know why.
Even if I go to the grocery store, because it's everyone I know.
Yes.
I'm like,
yes.
Kind of thing.
Because I look at people's hands and I'm like,
yeah.
Right? It's not what
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like Handmaid's Tale up in here.
Crazy.
Wear your ring.
Wear ring. Yeah, I always wear this little one, and this way, no matter what I'm doing, I have one on, and then I put on, the big guns when I'm going out.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, you've got an arsenal.
So Kate has.
Do you hear my dog running down the stairs?
We don't because we're so loud.
Perfect.
Let's jump right into Josephine's question there.
Yeah, absolutely.
She said, "Can you add diamonds to an upcycle?"
Yes, you can do whatever you want, honestly. Yep. See, I think Jen and Alicia. So Jen, did we add diamonds on your engagement ring, I think? And then Alicia, we added diamonds on yours too. So the side stones. Yeah, the side stones. So what we do is, yes, we can totally add more diamonds. So if you just have a solitaire now, but you want a setting that's super pumped up, then of course we can do that. And what we do is we match the stones to your engagement ring diamond so that everything in the ring is super cohesive and it's all going to match. It's not going to be like, oh, why are those little ones a totally different color? We're going to make sure none of that happens for you. So yes, we can do that in whatever way makes you happiest. We can also do it where we combine a lot of different pieces of jewelry into a single piece of jewelry. So we do that as well. So if you have diamonds from all different pieces, maybe there's a necklace you don't wear or a pair of earrings, we can also use those in the combination. See, I love Natalie. So yes, the little gold ring I'm wearing is for sale on my website. I wear mine every day. Natalie. So yes, that's right. So we can add diamonds to it. If you end up with leftover diamonds, which is never it's the best kind of leftovers ever, then we can do this where I have on now mine. It's called Diamond by the Yard, where you just put the diamonds on a chain, and we can do that with little leftover diamonds. So we can always use all the parts that you have. See, Natalie knows what's up. We can do all of the things. We can use all the parts that you have, and we can make it into as many pieces of jewelry as you want. So it's super fun to do that. And as part of when we send out your email, these are very long emails. You guys have both received them from me. I write the world's longest emails, and it'll have all the information in it. So it'll have which parts your stones are being used for, which parts we're supplying the stones for, and that's all broken down in the email so you know exactly what every part of the piece is.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. It is such a transparent process. You as the jewelry, buyer, receiver, you have, it's not like you're dropping your ring off at a jewelry shop and you're going to pick it up in 3 weeks and you're not really sure. There's a 3D model. there's everything.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And the process is so much fun and so easy. And like anything you send us, you can share to like your husband or, honey, what do you think I did, by the way? And I sent it to Jen or, a good friend of mine, so you can get people's input. So it's so much fun.
It is. And it's just something that, I don't know, we've talked about this so many times that we don't want anyone to feel that guilt of like, oh, but my husband did this thing, 150 years ago, and I don't want to change it because
I don't want to make him feel bad.
Well, you don't want to make someone feel bad, or
of course,
even if it was an estate piece or it's his grandmother's ring, you're maintaining the integrity of that diamond.
Yeah.
The diamond is really the secret sauce. I mean, that's like where the gold, can be recreated, shaped.
My mom changed her setting like 4 times.
My mom changed her setting.
Yeah, I thought so.
Mine did too.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's not.
Okay, we got something else coming in. We got something else coming in. Courtney.
Here we go. Are you able to upcycle with baguette diamonds? My band.
You can upcycle anything.
Yeah, but it's 30 years old, and I'm interested in upcycling. But I've heard a few times it can't be done with the baguettes. The baguettes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the baguettes. Yes. You can also, kudos to you. Do you know how much trouble I have spelling that word?
Wow.
It's one of those words for me. I don't know why. I can never spell baguettes right. So when we get into your upcycle, I apologize in advance for how many different spellings of baguettes I use in your email. Yes, we can upcycle absolutely anything. There's no stone shape we can't use. There's no stone type we can't use. So we've done upcycles with everything from, gorgeous pale blue stones, pink stones, sapphires, diamonds, emeralds, whatever you have, we can combine it into a gorgeous piece of jewelry. So there's no worries at all. You can there's never a no. It's one of the best parts of my job. I really don't ever have to say no to anything.
No. Can you explain for a moment exactly what a baguette is, in case okay.
So a baguette. That one. How about that? So a baguette is a long, skinny diamond. Typically, this is called an emerald cut because it's more rectangular. A baguette would be much narrower, but it would have the same. See, this is backwards on the screen, so it's hard to point. It would have the same cut pattern on it, and they can be either straight like this and much narrower, or we have what's called tapered baguettes. And those are typically, if you have a round stone in the center, then you would have a tapered baguette with the wider part towards the round stone and the narrower part going down. Baguettes are super cool these days. We're starting to use them in all sorts of modern designs too, which I'm really excited about. They're like finally having a moment. So it's like really exciting to get to work with baguettes right now because there's so many cool trends that are happening around them. So baguettes are great.
Wow.
More than you ever want to know about baguette diamonds all at once.
Literally anything can be done because my engagement had the center stone, but then I would think they were like glittery little chips. I mean, they didn't look like, but they were tiny diamonds, really.
Yep.
Things that you'd be like, you can't do anything with those. But you can. You can repurpose them, and they shine in their own new space. It's amazing.
They just need to be, they just needed to have a little glow up. That's all.
Yeah. And I didn't use, just so you know, I never even had my own wedding band. It was my mother's. Yeah. So I kind of felt entitled to my own wedding band.
Yes.
And I was like, this wedding band isn't working for me. So I did get a new wedding band. So I changed my wedding band entirely, and I changed the setting. I had to because it was compromised. And I was like, what do I want? Right. And I wanted something that was dainty and whatever. And Kate came up with it. So you can reuse your diamonds or not reuse your diamond. The center is it's most cost effective as well, right? That's
one of the things I love most about this. I think is that when you buy or somebody buys you this piece of jewelry or you're given it, they spent a lot of money, and most of that money goes into that center stone, and we are reusing that part. And so let's say if you spent $10,000 initially, I think right now the average for a new wedding set. When we're upcycling is around $2,500. That's a huge difference in price. You're not spending $10,000 again. And so it's like this whole new, you get a whole new ring without having to have a whole new ring. And it's super exciting to get to keep the parts that are really special to you and that someone did put a lot of thought and care into, but you also get a piece that's going to be functional and reflect your style. and be wearable again. So a lot of the upcycles that we're doing are because, like you mentioned, your ring was compromised, actually in both of your cases. And that's, yes. And so a lot of these, it's like, well, he doesn't want me to change it. And at some point, unfortunately, it's either you can't wear it anymore or it has to be changed. And so, like, let's do that in a way that's really thoughtful of their feelings and really, just recognizing how important this piece is to them.
It's honoring your marriage. I mean, honoring your relationship. It's not like, you don't want your ring to look broken. That's like your projection.
You want your rings to look broken. You want to be able to wear it. We were just talking about like going to the grocery store. Like, I want to have my rings on at the grocery store.
Yeah. You want to be proud.
And like, let's say there's a lot of people who renew their vows. Like, if you're thinking about renewing your vows and like, well, wait a second, I'm going to renew my vows with a renewed ring.
Yeah.
And it's just funny because I posted a couple days prior, like, complete the sentence why, if someone said, I don't know what I said, but whatever. My point is that a lot of people were not like, oh, I don't know.
They don't want to upset their husband.
Yeah, they don't want to upset their husband. Oh, it is sentimental to me. But do you wear it?
Right? Can you wear it? And we're not saying like that you should just wholesale throw out your ring. And we're certainly not saying that like if you don't want to change it, you have to change it. But
exactly. Yes.
In a lot of cases, if it doesn't fit, if you haven't been wearing it for years and years and years, which I mean, so many women now haven't been able to wear their rings in so long, like years, and you want to wear them.
I didn't wear
It's a great way to do that again. You can wear your jewelry. It shouldn't be in the box. You should wear it.
Yes. And I will tell you, last week I was sitting with my daughter. We were actually in church and I could tell she was like, nodding off. By the way. And she was looking at my ring and I remembered when I was like her age, she's 14. I used to love taking my mom's rings and putting them on. Like I was fascinated like by her wedding rings. And I took my rings off and I was like, I put them on her finger and they fit her perfectly because we have the same size hands now. Yeah. And I could tell she was like looking at them. And I thought to myself, like, well, one day these will be hers. She's my only girl. Like I would hope that one day my rings will be hers.
Son?
I don't know. It's a good question, Alicia. All right. Well, I'll have to figure that out. Right? Like the fact that I wouldn't have felt that way a year ago because I wouldn't even be wearing my ring because it was broken and in a drawer. Like I was so like excited to like share that. Joy is exciting. It is. I
love getting to do this.
They're diamonds. They're exciting.
And I'm not going to say it's a lot. This is not wrong, but I don't like. My mom would always get jewelry.
Yes,
and I think mom too.
Yes,
and
like my husband's not buying jewelry usually. It's not a thing right now.
Husbands don't do it. Look, your brother knows. You know that more. I'm sure there are people that are,
yes, but it's different now than it was, and so
my mom wasn't buying her own jewelry. She didn't. She was a stay-at-home mom. Like my dad. I think back, that was like a thing that men did for their wives. Like now, I'm gonna pick out my ring and buy it. My husband
exactly. I'm gonna jewelry.
Different dynamic, I think, for some people and some people not. But
it's definitely changing, and it's definitely even with not just the upcycle, but the work I do, digital diamond. With the digital diamond work, it's the majority of my clients are women who are purchasing for themselves. And so it's definitely slowly like changing and getting exciting. Oh, I know. It was so much fun working with you. And she's got her little
to see yours.
It's on her Instagram feed. I'm just not sure. I don't always know who's is whose.
Yes, whose is whose. All right. Well, if you want to, real quick, I can let me bring up Natalie helped me out here, and she made some amazing slides of some before and afters that we've done recently, so that we could share them with you guys. Let's see how I can do this. If I mess this up, I'm sorry.
You got it. I have faith.
Right? It'll be fine. Share screen. Okay. I don't want to share my whole screen.
Yes, because she's on a computer.
I want a computer.
Yeah, I'm on the computer. So let's see.
On the phone, you can't.
On the phone, you can't, but on the computer, you can. So hold on. You're about to see the back end of everything. Okay. Is it sharing is the question.
Yeah, but it looked like, you know what? Sometimes we have to change our layout. Let me see.
Oh,
okay. It says that I'm doing, hold on. You're about to see all of my Canva, guys. I thought I pulled this up ahead, but clearly I didn't.
You might be doing something right.
All right, hold on. Let me stop sharing until I find my
What'd you say?
There you go.
Rights to the host.
No, because she should have them.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Do.
Go back.
Hold on one
Oh, there we go.
Wait,
Did I just do it that way?
This must authenticate guest viewer.
But it did say something.
I'm sorry.
We're looking here. It said
Don't
something-
mind us, ladies, while we figure out what we're doing.
Well, ask away because so some other questions, and I know there were people
Yes.
who had questions. What other things are coming up? I know Natalie's answering it. The emails are they are coming in.
Yes.
And I'm sure.
Yeah. So everything. So the questions that we get most often are about price, like how much does it cost, right? Because obviously it was a significant investment the first time, and now you don't necessarily want to drop 10 grand on a new one, like 20 years later. That's crazy town. So you don't have to. Because like I said, the average for a whole new set is like $2,500 right now. What we've done too is if you maybe want to keep the price down, you can also combine into like one bigger piece. And it really depends on if we're supplying extra diamonds, if we're just using your stones, if we're doing a single band, or if we're doing the whole set. So it really depends on the style of ring, what metal we're using. And so the prices can be sort of anywhere in the spectrum. But you have a lot of control over that based on the design. And as long as I know going in sort of what your budget is, then I work my absolute hardest to make sure we can do what we want to do in your budget. Because, we all have children and sports and houses and we'll have bills. So we need to make sure that we stay with your budget. So that's definitely one of the biggest ones. Let me see. I think I got it now.
Oh, go ahead.
I think I did it, guys. Hold on. Okay. Can we do this? There we go. Ready? Is it there?
No.
And you're crackly.
It's crackling like we're bringing yes. Like it does that. But
yeah. The cost for a bridal set is around $2,500. Yes. Prices,
It's
design and what you have. Yeah.
perfect.
It says that I'm sharing my screen with you guys right now.
You guys at home see it? Maybe we can. That would be
Because it says StreamYard is sharing your screen. Would you like to stop sharing?
Do you have a layout? Oh yeah, let me look on my.
Oh, you know why? Because you need to bring it onto the feed. It says you need to bring it on like it's a guest.
Oh, you're so smart. Okay, let's see.
But how?
Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay.
And then
Okay.
There we go. Yay!
Okay.
All right, so here are some before and afters. You might recognize the first one. Can you guys see it? You're silent.
We muted us because it was getting crackly.
Okay, perfect. So you might recognize this one, Alicia. So this is sort of this is a huge transformation, right? You can see that we have her original ring on one side and we have the upcycle version on the other. So it's really exciting because it really does look like a whole new. I love the two of you sharing earbuds. That's amazing. But we've done some others that are pretty fabulous too. Ooh, so with this one, we decided to just use the center stone. And now, again, a lot of this one wasn't compromised, but as you can see, the stone is set really high. The original rings are solid platinums. They're really heavy. They were also not the correct size anymore. So she, similar to Alicia, decided like, I'm going to get a brand new wedding band. So it's been so much fun. Yeah, it's fun. And with this one, we combined 5 rings into 2.
Yes, I watched that one. That was a good one.
So this was so exciting. And this is one that was great because we were able to kind of make like a super va-va-voom engagement ring. And so now she can just wear a single larger piece all the time instead of multiple rings. And it was so exciting to combine her jewelry with her mom's jewelry with a present she got when her daughter was born. Like, it felt so good to make it all, like, take it all out of the jewelry box and be able to see it every single day and remember, where these pieces came from.
Was that a mommy dasher?
Yeah.
Yes, that is gorgeous.
These. So you can see there were stones missing on Jen's rings.
Jen.
And
This is my sad ring.
Oh, mine was just as funny.
I mean, so we are really taking rings that and making them, like you said, like you thought they were little chips on the side. And I was like, no, like these diamonds, they're beautiful. We just need to show them off. So that's what we were able to do. So these have been some, I mean, just super fun projects. And this one, we just did the wedding band. And
yes.
well, I mean, you know, when she got engaged and married, they were like, well, you know, this wedding band goes with.
It was Randy's.
Yeah, this wedding band goes with your engagement ring. And so she was like, oh, but I don't love it. And they were like, but it goes together. And she was like, oh, okay. And so like, she didn't love it. And, you know, you love your spouse. You want to love the jewelry you're wearing in sort of while remembering them. And so she really was able to finally love her wedding band, which is super exciting. And now we're actually doing the engagement ring too.
So
Because once we get rolling, once we get rolling.
Like I remember we went to the jeweler and I was like, oh yeah, that one matches. Like it took me like 5 minutes. Like I didn't put much thought into it.
Your wedding band?
My wedding band, like it was not like I really, you know, I was just excited to get it, and I was like, okay, sounds good.
Well, you're also like planning a wedding at the same time that you're picking out your wedding band, and you're like, that's oh my god, we got rings kind of thing.
I will tell you, we were in Danbury, and we went to a jeweler in city of Danbury because we were on our way to the Danbury Mall to go register, and that's all I was worried about was like what box I was going to pick, and I was kind of
her Fiesta.
But now looking back, like that's the thing that you're going to look at every day, and you know. So you deserve it. Deserve to go back and redo it.
Mm-hmm. You do. You deserve it. And then this one was really fun. Yeah. So this one was a ring that her grandmother had given her, and it's a beauty. You can see it's a stunning stone, but it was in this setting. One, it didn't fit. Two, again, it was sky high in the air, and it just. She didn't love it, and she wanted to wear the stone her grandmother gave her. And so she and I got together, and now not all the clients are local, and so I do work. I think right now we're working in 5 different states on Upcycle, so we do all this through shipping and email. And it's so much fun because you don't have to be like right here, and we can still do. We made it. Natalie and I worked really hard to make sure that there wasn't a location barrier because, of course, right now, like we're finally leaving our houses a little bit at a time, but. If anything ever happens like this again, we all need to be able to function.
Right. Yes, we do.
Right. So, and you want your reach to be, I mean, we want everyone, not only people in New York, we want everyone to know about the upcycling.
Exactly. So this was a really great project that now she's able to wear all the time. And it's a great memory about her grandmother. So, you know, it's been so much fun doing the upcycle and being able to do everything for everybody like that. It's been so much fun, guys.
It's just, and Alicia and I could both like, no matter what, every day somebody would be like, oh my God, let me see your ring. Because they've seen you on the show and they, you know, just have heard. And almost, I haven't really talked to anybody like, no, I love my rings. I'm never changing now.
Right?
Almost everyone is like, well, because now we're at a certain age.
Well, unless some younger followers.
Yeah, younger people.
Right, of course. Yeah. But like, if you're newly married, of course you love your rings.
Yeah, and if you're like birthing babies,
years.
Your rings are big.
Well, we're at I'll be married 20 years next year. Like that's a lot of our age group is around that point, and you're just kind of like, you know, like I've had like 3 living room sets in that time. Like,
I've had in 11 years, I've had about 5 houses.
5 houses.
You know,
right? Exactly.
So a lot of change.
Yeah, and it's.
Change is good.
Change is good.
Change is good. And so let me tell everybody, in case they haven't been sort of like following along with all this, how the process actually works. So what happens is you can go right through the Upcycle page on my website, and that brings you to the initial cost of it is $97. And that is to basically cover all of the time and love and attention that Natalie and I will force upon you. Yes. Trust me, the emails are amazing. So once you pay $97 and then there's a form to fill out, usually as soon as that hits my inbox, we like to get these sort of turned around and back out to you as quickly as possible because I don't know about you, but when I get excited to start something, I want to just do it. Like, I don't want it to be like,
That's
I don't want to be ghosted for 2 weeks. Like, I just want to like do the thing. So we make sure that once you decide that you're going to do this, that we are right there with you on this roller coaster ride. So usually I'll ask some follow-up questions if I have any. I usually ask for pictures of your current pieces, pictures of pieces that you absolutely love. So like, feel free to throw a Pinterest board at me, or just random images or Instagram accounts that you follow, like whatever it is, wherever your inspiration is coming from, you just shoot that at us. And from there, we like to turn it around with usually about 3 different options right away for you. And the options will have absolutely everything. So you'll usually get pictures, videos, all the stats on the new piece, how much it costs, like everything. And the prices I give you, I like to just include everything in the price, taxes, shipping, everything. And this way, like, you actually know how much it costs.
We love that.
Right? I like it to be fast. I like it to be easy, and I like to know how much money I'm going to spend.
Yep.
Like, that's how I live my life. So I try to help everyone with that. And then
You're like the Amazon of diamonds.
like the Amazon of diamonds. I land in your inbox fairly quickly and fairly regularly. I like to update you on the process, how long it's going to take. We can sort of work in as short as 2 weeks and sort of as long as 6 to 8 weeks, depending on the scope of the project. And so it does get done fairly quickly. I like to run ahead because I'm also like an early is on time is late person. So usually the job runs faster than I do, than the estimate I give you. And from there, if you love the first 3 options, great, pick one and we'll off to the races. If you're not quite sure, there's something you'd like to change, then we can do another set of 3 options as well. And it's easy and it's fun. And from there, usually you drop your rings in the mail to me. I tell you all about how to ship them to me the most secure way. And we make the jewelry. It's just a lot of fun.
It's so much fun. And I'll tell you, like, I was like, this is how I run. This is how I roll. You'll show me 3 options and I'll always like the most expensive one. Okay. I mean, it's not even 9 out of, it's 10 out of 10. Always doesn't matter. It's a problem. And it really is. But I will tell you that I did. There were 3 options to consider, and one I was like no, and then the other 2 I was back and forth, and one was probably $1,000 less.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and of course I went with the more expensive option, Kate, because you
did, but 2 out of 3 were bang on your budget there, so it did really good. On your budget.
You did really well, and they were all on my budget.
Yes,
they really were.
One was even below my budget.
Below was and I was like, maybe I should just go with that one, Alicia. Like, just do that one. But then I was like, well, I never got a honeymoon, and I never really got my own ring, really. So. You know what I mean? So
you're like, we'll do it now.
All the don't do it. Don't think like, well, I'm just going to want the most expensive one, and I probably can't afford that. And they're all like great. They're all like great options. And I feel like once you listen to this, now you're going to be looking at your rings more and like, it's time. It really is time.
It is. That's what happens, right? Even me last night, I was looking at my ring, and I was like, well. Oh, yes, I can definitely talk about cleaning. So it's so funny. I was looking at my ring last night thinking about what we were talking about today, and I was like, oh my gosh, like my ring is going to be, I'll have had it 10 years in June. And I was like, oh no, like I'm going to need an upcycle at some point, right? Like I was like,
I don't know about that. I mean,
I take really good
care of her is amazing.
It is, but I take really good care of it.
But if you upcycle it, I'd love to see the project happen.
Me too.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, it would be all over it.
Her amazing. But she's a 4th generation.
Right here, we can here.
Oh my god, it is. And it's stunning.
It's a very What am I saying? Tell me.
It's totally blinged out, guys. Don't worry about it. Okay, so
blinged.
It is all blinked out. Okay, so cleaning, there's a few different things. We can put up Amazon links to cleaning products that I recommend.
Please.
And so you should clean your rings all the time. There's never too often to clean your rings. It's not actually possible to clean them too often, especially if you just use regular jewelry cleaner. So here we go. I'll put this on my laptop. This is a little jewelry cleaner jar, and this is the concentrate formula. So all you do is empty this into your jar and then fill the jar with water. These last, everyone asks me, how long does it last for? Well, for me, it lasts until I knock it off my bathroom countertop. So
you can keep cleaning it in that. I thought it was one and done.
Just over and over and over and over again. You use this forever and ever. and you just leave this. So I leave it on my bathroom counter. And then when I brush my teeth, I drop my rings in, I brush my teeth, rinse the toothbrush, rinse the rings, put the rings back on or put them away for the day or the night, whatever I'm doing. So I just leave this on my countertop, and I've never had one. They don't go bad. They don't like age out. It's just I knock them off my countertops. I don't know how long they actually last.
This is really good to know. I thought it was one and done. I was like, oh, I cleaned it, and so I dumped it out. All right,
you did?
I did. I thought it was done. I couldn't use it again. Kate, please put it in the comments. I need to get more.
You dumped the cleaner?
When I was done with it, I did. I told you, my mother. She. It's the same thing with the towels.
I love you so much.
And done. And done.
Okay, no. So we use this forever and ever. Amen. Oh, Randy did too. See? She did too.
Randy.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I've been neglecting everybody. There's no one lasts forever and ever.
How often do you clean your rings?
I've used it like twice. I need to clean my rings.
But I keep cleaning mine with Dawn and water.
We're awful people.
Awful.
Oh my gosh. Well, clearly everybody, I will be mailing all of you jewelry cleaner because that's what's going to have to happen. So anyway, it comes with a little tiny toothbrush. Scrub your jewelry. Otherwise, there's also, I actually use, if you get a super soft bristled electric toothbrush, then it cleans you want your rings super clean.
I got one of those. Okay.
Get your rings a little toothbrush of its own. I mean, you brush the kids' teeth, brush the rings too.
Rings are more cooperative.
Right? Rings are way more cooperative. They stay still when you brush them. So yes, that's what you do. This you can use forever and ever. And
now, can we bring them to J-Mark sometimes?
Yeah. They'll zap and steam them for you too. It's called a quickly is called a zap and steam because it goes into an ultrasonic and then you steam the jewelry off.
That's what your mom said.
Yeah, so internally we call it a zap and steam. It's also called a quick clean if we're being nice about it. And it takes like 5 seconds and your rings look like brand new because all the stuff comes out of them. This at home will do a really, really good job though if you clean them weekly. So you won't have to swing by if you're not in the area as often. And if you use the electric toothbrush route, then like you could have it professionally cleaned like once or twice a year. I do. Yes, I do obviously need to add.
You do.
Yes.
You do. We'll have to put that in our email this week.
So dumb. Yeah.
You're not dumb. I didn't realize that's what I was making it sound like. So see the things we learn when we get together.
You didn't make it sound like anything, but Natalie said there were no instructions. Okay, Kate?
We need
Sorry, guys. So this is what happens when you grow up around something. You like have no idea of the things that you didn't know you needed to know.
It's hysterical.
Anyway, you can reuse this a bajillion times. Eventually, like maybe years down the road, you could get a new one, I guess, because like you said, like towels. But, I reuse it until I literally knock it over. So that's
This is amazing. Okay, this is life-changing.
I'm laughing at you, Drew.
Life-changing.
Life-changing. Oh, and then also, hold on. See, because like in my purse.
So on it.
My desk.
We need to hire Natalie.
Hold on. Ugh. Yes, you can hire Natalie. She's amazing.
I should share her.
I know. You can. She this is what she does. She's just the best of all time. Okay. I'm opening this. It's a brand new package of these I just got. These are all in your purse jewelry cleaners.
Oh.
So here, to open the package. This is like the best unboxing ever, right, guys? All right, so
I'm gonna be addicted to this.
Oh, I'm addicted to this. There's no question. So these are little tiny ones, and that you pump them up like a pen and it clicks, and then it has a little soft brush on the end, and you scrub your jewelry with it, and you can do this anywhere, anytime. So I keep one of these in my purse because I'm OCD about my jewelry. Yeah, and it's a little tiny.
Not to be confused with the flawless and the little toothbrushes I have in my purse. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that. So this, same thing, but for your jewelry. So I have, when I go back and forth to Oklahoma, I don't always bring the big jar of cleaner, but I always have one of these hanging around all the time. I know. Well, don't worry. All right. So let me know who needs little purse cleaners, and Natalie and I will figure that out today and get purse cleaners out to everybody who needs purse cleaners, because everybody needs a cleaner in their purse for their jewelry, right? We carry
everything. Are those on Amazon?
So are those Amazon?
I think they are, and I think Natalie has a link to that.
Of course, Natalie does.
Natalie, I think Natalie has the link to the cleaner, the link to the toothbrush, and the link to a jar of cleaner too. She's on top of it.
Send them on over. That's
right.
We'll put it in our email that goes out.
Yes, exactly.
Oh
Exactly.
my gosh. Well, are there any other questions? We're going to keep replaying this and
if you're not watching it live,
right.
so you're watching on the replay, and you can just put #replay and ask your question.
Yeah,
we'll come back and keep answering them. Kate will keep answering them, and Natalie will keep answering them.
We will. We'll just keep answering all of your questions. We're also super easy to get in touch with. We answer all of our Instagram, all of the Instagram stuff. We answer every single email, regardless of what it's about. Like, we try to make sure that nothing's worse than sending something out to asking a question and then just like getting ghosted. So we make sure that we don't do that. So if you have any question, there's no question that's, there's no dumb questions. There's never a dumb question about jewelry. You can always ask me whatever it is. I love to share information about it. So even if it's not, so a lot of the questions I get are, is the ring catastrophic? Like, can it be fixed? Or do we have to upcycle it? And you can always shoot me a couple pictures, and I can usually, from pictures, give you an opinion on whether or not it's cost effective. Sometimes rebuilding and repairing rings can run into the thousands of dollars. And so at that point, it's better to start over than it is to use the diamonds to start over in new metal than it is to try to fix it. So Jen's yours was definitely in that situation, and so that does happen, but usually from pictures I can tell if we would be able to fix it versus upcycle it. So if that's a question anybody has, you can always shoot me some pictures. You don't have to pay the $97 to get an opinion or some information.
Okay.
You can always just ask the questions up front, and I can be like, no, we definitely need to do this, and I'll send you the link. Or I try to answer everybody as best as I can all the time.
You're so good.
I like talking about diamonds.
And if you don't follow Kate on Instagram, definitely Kate the Concierge on Instagram. Her stories are amazing. Yeah. She's just shares like every step of every project. Kate's favorite, your favorite.
Oh, I know. Isn't that fun? Yeah, so we also do once a week. We do stuff that's available for sale that's already finished pieces of jewelry, and that's always a lot of fun. I try to hit like every single price range in every single week. So like, amazing. I'll go from like $700 to like $50,000 in favorite.
Yeah. My sister-in-law and I were just talking about like it was like a ring and it was like $35,000.
Yeah, exactly. $35,000.
But so that's somebody's price point. So right, that's buying that. But
I mean, that's what I do. So
even if it's not our price point, it's just fun to
it's awesome.
Oh my god!
You have to see it. You have to know. I mean, eventually it could be your price point, so you have to know what you're going to get for your money.
Girl.
Yeah, gotta know what you're going to get for your money. Thank you guys so much for having me on, and yes, we'll be in and out. So if anyone has any questions, then we will pop in and out and make sure to answer them. We're always all over the comments and the feeds and stuff. But yes, reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, right? So all the messages go to one place now. Is that how that happens on my phone?
With Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram and Facebook, I think they all go together now.
They are. If
you connect to them.
I think
they do. They do. They do on Create.
It's much. The world.
This is why we work together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I always tell everyone, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm technologically inept, but I work with rocks and metal, so you can't blame me.
I know. And your brother was making fun of you about that. Like, he's like, she doesn't really know what's going on. Yeah. She won't know how to change this.
The business app. Yeah, that business app.
I would have no idea.
Studio. Business app.
Yeah, that's me. I'm like, I don't know. So sometimes I'm very upfront about that. Sometimes I mess things up, and I just roll.
Great.
Oh, see, we think you.
I don't. Yeah.
We think you're perfect.
No.
Thank you. I put all of my time and energy to make sure the jewelry is perfect, so that
that's right. That's where it counts.
It's where it counts. I don't have to be perfect, but the jewelry will be.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kate.
All right. Thank you guys so much. It was so good to hang out with you today.
You too. Bye.